Just want to welcome you back to the 420 Tarot Lounge. My name is Friday, your reader and host. My readings are general energy readings, and they are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. So now that we've got that out of the way, we are asking Sovereign if they can provide a sign, signal, noise for the upcoming week. This is a Monday, by the way, so we're going to stay from now till Sunday. Sovereign. Oh, star card. That's beautiful. Okay. So have hope, have believe. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I was picking them up, it would be this way. So this is the Six of Cups here and the Wheel of Fortune down here. So this is, I call it my version of the Celtic cross. I use the same stations. They're like what they're intended, but depending on how the cards speak to me is how I use them. Okay. Ace of Wands. So it feels like there's got to be something. I almost got this Back to the Future kind of feeling, if that made sense. The High Priestess. Use your noggin. Don't get yourself into something that maybe you shouldn't. Oh, two cards here. The Tower. The Tower came out with the Hanged Man. Anyways, so I'm just trying to get my cards out here for you so we can get the read on the go. So Sovereign, can you provide us with our wall cards, our stepping stone cards, please? Four of Cups. I'm going to go ahead and move this. Oops. Oh dear. Okay, well, it's got to stay there. I'm not going to crawl under right now. But I do need to put a stopper on it. Okay. That's what I call them, stoppers. Oh, two cards. Eight of Pentacles came out with the Death card. Oh, I feel like you're a very driven person. You're very creative. I feel like you could be even the Chariot. I'm gonna need to have a drink of my herbal tea here. Yes, I started drinking herbal tea. Ace of Pentacles came out with the Eight of Swords. I'm going to take the top four cards. And the bottom card is the Hermit. That's the underlying energy here, okay? So it is quite clear that you are very driven. You're very driven. I think you get awesome ideas and you love to act on them. You could be getting I think you could be getting maybe, oh, what do you call that? Oh, this gotta go the other way. So, um, okay. So you have you are very, you've had high self-esteem, high confidence in yourself, even like, not that you're conceited, okay? Not that you're conceited or anything like that. I just feel like you like to look after yourself. You don't go out the house without, you're full on. You don't go out in your pajamas, kind of thing. Um, so you take pride in your. I feel like you take pride in your appearance. You take pride in your mannerisms. You take pride in how you present yourself overall. And I think this is something that was instilled in you in childhood. Times are changing, or times have changed. Times are changing. Okay. Okay. So the uh, the behaviors, or whatever you want to call them, I guess, grooming behaviors, linguistic behaviors, and all that kind of stuff. It feels as though you are seeing a decline in that, and you are afraid to not do anything about it. If that makes sense. Um, so people that take pride in themselves, look after themselves, and I think that there's an opportunity here for you to. I think you have ideas. You have actionable ideas, and I feel like it's not a scourge. It's it could potentially become one. Um, I think you're okay. I don't want to sound horrible here, but I think you're dreaming too big. It feels like this idea here, this passion to go and do the thing. You have it in your head that you need to do the whole thing, or it's not successful unless all these goals are met. And I think that there's going to be opportunities, heartfelt opportunities coming your way, that you, because of this grandiose uh, uh, goal, the little steps that are offered, you may not, I think you may, not that you won't see them, but you won't see any value to them. That you don't think that they're going to help you along as quickly as you want to. Meanwhile, you're at a standstill. You're at a dead standstill. Okay. So we ask for a sign, signal, or warning. And this for me is saying, think outside the box, go and really look at people's ideas that's going to help you, or however, or point you in the right direction. Maybe you're going this way and you need to go this way first a little bit. right? And you're not seeing that part of the picture. And once you've decided that you're going to open up and you're going to I think you're going to be able to, or you're going to have to learn to involve other people in this. Is a mass undertaking, I feel like. This, like, with all these major arcana, it feels like that it's a huge undertaking. That doesn't mean that you can't be in charge or oversee it all, right? I think it can provide an opportunity. It feels like this can all, once you do this, it can all provide an opportunity. This is like money, whatever, but for me, in this context, it feels more like not so much money, but value added. And I think you could maybe even be a little bit perplexed, or um, I think this might set your confidence off a little bit, um, um, because because of what happened down here. So now I think that you might potentially going into the new value added thing. I feel like you are, when you take on that, or if you choose to take on that, you should be prepared to behave as though everybody has value. And I mean, somebody could tell you a thing here, and somebody could tell you a thing here. Only half makes sense. Only half makes sense. But for some reason, the two halves that don't make sense, they go together and make sense. So this is what I mean. Like, you've got to be open to new ideas, think outside the box, that kind of thing. So we're going to start to do a little bit of a reveal here. Two of Swords, King of Wands, Five of Pentacles, and Justice. Okay, so looking at these cards here, I can clearly see that you like to be the master of your. Oh, you should actually be over here, right? Get going. And yes, you see all my bloopers on. Maybe when I was switching there, something you got a little bit of your own interpretation. Okay, so it seems here that you like to be the master of your own domain, and you're very confident and you're very capable. I feel like you want to bring something back. Okay, bring something back. And or revive something. And like I said, this could be, I feel like it has to do with, could potentially be something to do with self-worth. Okay. You are, you normally, you make decisions on the fly. And I think this here is like, okay, Do I take these offers? Do I entertain these? Do I entertain these offers? Okay. Uh, um, because whatever it is that you're trying to bring back is not gonna, unless you start entertaining and doing something here with other people, because you got to get the word out, right? Or however your communication is going to go to be successful. This is going to be a very traumatic learning curve for you. I feel like you've always been one that was very, like I said, you're the king of your domain or the master of your domain, and you are normally very quick to make decisions. But in this instance, you're kind of like, okay, what do I do? I think this is your, like I said, there's some kind of, okay, we're going to carry on here. I think this new skill is going to obviously add to your master of your domain ego. I feel like you could even be wanting to box. I'm hearing box this up. Okay, so I don't know if that means anything to anybody out there. Uh, this is like a package or a kit, or I think this. And this here. I think you're. You know that if you really wanted to, you could exploit this, but you don't. You are not that type of person. I feel like if you could, I feel as though you are the type of person that knows if they are capable of pulling this off, that the reward is the satisfaction of bringing this back, whatever this is. Um, oh boy. I normally, when I do this type of spread, I don't do clarification cards or anything like this. But I think in this instance, I will, because I really like to know it. Because at first, I had a Back to the Future type energy pump out at me, and now it's more like you want to bring something back, like, yeah, Back to the Future, but you want to bring something back, like bell bottom jeans or something. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna use the 1JJ. It's the Swiss take on the Marseille deck. These cards are, the illustrations are, the major arcana illustrations are quite similar, but the minor arcana are very flat. Well, we'll see possibly here. Okay, sovereign. Sovereign. Is it? I'm getting a feeling of nostalgia, possibly, or wanting to bring something back to now. Is this something you can tell us more about? Is this something that you can elaborate on? Okay, I've got two cards here. Six of Swords and Knight of Cups. Okay. So in whatever it is that you're trying to bring back, it's not that it was trendy. It's not that it is square. I don't know how else to say that. It's not, nerdy, or like it's not Atari video game. Like it's not like that kind of thing. But it is. I feel like it's some kind of like um, self-esteem, helping people move on from whatever trauma. I don't know. There's something to do with self-esteem here, and bringing something back to the future. And I could be reading this, but you're the king of your master of your domain, the king of your, or the queen. You know what I mean? You're the boss. You are the boss. Anything else you can tell us? We have the tower and the sun. So it's like, it's going to be good. Whatever this is, it's good. It's this tower moment is not a, doesn't have to be a catastrophe. Okay. Okay. Okay, sovereign, sovereign, sovereign. What else can you tell us, sovereign? Can you clarify anything else for us? That one wanted to flip over, but it didn't. So let's see, maybe. The star and the chariot. Okay, things will move along. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom, which is, again, strong-willed, independent, resourceful. Okay, so this tower moment doesn't need to be a bad thing. And I'm referring to this tower moment. I feel like you're gonna get to a hangman mode. And it doesn't have to be a bad thing if you just think outside the box. Now, I, I, I feel like you're going to have to learn how to think outside the box, so to speak. And I think once you do that, it's going to put you on a path that, well, like, see, we got double chariots here, right? It's going to put you on a path and double stars where you've opened, your knowledge, your wisdom has grown. Your Because of that, I feel like because of that, you have, I guess you could say, newfound wisdom. Okay. And because of that newfound wisdom, you're able to trust more. You're able to surrender. Okay. So the advice here I'm seeing is if you have something that is worthwhile pursuing on a large scale, don't shut out small ideas that could help you get to your end goal. May not be the path that you want to take, but it may be the only path. Okay, and you won't know unless you go on it. Now, I know that being the master of your domain is important, but you do have to have I don't want to say trust and faith, but you do need to have some sort of confidence in those around you that they can take up, a part of the flame for you, kind of thing. You could still oversee everything, right? You're the so I would bring this to being a bride and delegating all the different jobs out to her bridesmaids and her groom and all that kind of crap. Okay? So you don't need to micromanage everything. Delegate it, find out when it gets done, check it off. That's the kind of type of involvement I mean by being the king of your domain. Adjusting your version of that to the open door policy kind. And like I said, it feels like it's gonna. It's this is if you come back and you say, okay, who else has an idea? Let's do something with that. Or this could be you'll get multiple on the go at once. But yeah, your advice here is if you want to bring something back from the future, you got to think outside the box. Not every ending is necessarily bad. Not every ending has to be bad. It's how you're going to pivot here. Okay. And asking or by seeking out assistance, you will find that people will be receptive, wanting to assist, interested in what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Small bites. It just seems like Pac-Man. Small bites. Okay. So again, my name's Friday. This is the 420 Tarot Lounge. If you enjoy my interpretation of the cards, the sound of my voice, you laugh at me because I do stupid things sometimes, whatever the case is, how about you pass that puff and smash that like button? Subscribe if you're so inclined. I'm trying to grow my channel, and I don't know how YouTube is. Every time I turn around, apparently YouTube's changing the rules. So I don't know. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment, whatever it is that you need to do. Help me get my channel out there. That would be awesome. Thank you so very much, and I hope everybody has an amazing day. Namaste.